Hi, good morning. How are you? And me, I'm fine. So today we are practice continue part 2.2 language building. In room 42. In room 42. In the lower left corner. 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 In the room 42. In room 42. In room 42. In room 42. In the lower left corner. In the lower left corner. In the shape if possible. 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 In the top drawer. In the top drawer. In the top drawer. In Mr. Zanzer face. In Mr. Zanzer face. She lives in Orange County. She lives in Orange County. She lives in Orange County. She's layer fist. She's layer fist. It's in the break room. It's in the break room. It's in the break room. They can be put in the storage room. They can be put in the storage room. They can be put in the storage room. At the nearby hotel. At the nearby hotel. At a nearby hotel. At the reception desk. At the reception desk. At the reception desk. At a nearby hotel. At a nearby hotel. Here at the bathroom. Here at the bathroom. She's working at the gallery. She's working at the gallery. Here is the bathroom. Here is the bathroom. Here is the bathroom. She's working at the gallery. She's working at the gallery. She's working at the gallery. At the top of the palm. At the top of the palm. At the top of the palm. On the right side. On the right side. On the on the right side. On the right side. On Maple Street. On Maple Street. On Maple Street. On Maple Street. Try to shop on the 7th Street. Try to shop on the 7th Street. Try to shop on the 7th Street. It's on the 3rd floor. It's on the 3rd floor. It's on the 3rd floor. It was on the receptionist's desk. It was on the receptionist's desk. It was on the receptionist's desk. To a beach resort. To a beach resort. To a beach resort. To the warehouse. To the warehouse. To a warehouse. To a beach resort. To a beach resort. To the dentist. To the dentist. To the dentist. To one of our clothes manufacturers. To the our clothes manufacturers. To one of our clothes manufacturers. From the fax machine. From the fax machine. From the new office supply store. From the new office supply store. I received it from my father. I received it from my daughter. I received it from my father. I received it from my father. About 2 blocks from here. About 2 blocks from here. About 2 blocks from here. It is about 5 minutes from the office. It is about 5 minutes from the office. It is about 5 minutes from the office. It's next to the door. It's next to the door. It's next to the doors. It's next to the doors. It's next to the door. It's next to the door. Next to the human resources office. Next to the human resources office. Next to the human resources office. How about beside the main gate? How about beside the main gate? Why don't you go across the street? Why don't you go across the street? It's across from City Hall. It's across from the City Hall. It's across from City Hall. In front of the bank. In front of the bank. Outside of the building. Outside of the building. Outside of the building. Outside of the building. I think it's near the library. I think it's near by the I think it's near the library. I think it's near the library. In room 42. Trong phòng số 42. In the lower left corner. Phía dưới góc bên trái. In the shape if possible. In the shape if possible. Trong nhà kho nếu được. In the top drawer. In the top drawer. In top drawers. In top drawer. Trong ngăn kéo trên cùng. In Smith's office. In Smith's office. In Smith's office. In Smith's office. Trong văn phòng của ông Strange. She lives in Orange County. She lives in Orange County. She lives in Orange County. Cô ấy sống ở quận Cam. She's near office. She's near office. She's near office. Cô ấy ở trong văn phòng. It's in the break room. It's in the break room. It's in the break room. Nó ở trong phòng nghỉ. They can be put in the storage room. They can be put in the storage room. Có thể đặt chúng ở trong kho. At the nearby hotel. At a nearby hotel. Tại một khách sạn gần đây chăng? At the reception desk. At the reception desk. Tại bàn tiếp tân. Here at the bottom. Here at the bottom. Đây ở dưới đấy. She is working at the gallery. She is working at the gallery. Cô ấy đang làm việc tại phòng trưng bày triển lãm. At the top of the poem. At the top of the poem. At the top of the poem. Ở đầu mẫu đơn. On the right side. On the right side. Ở phía bên phải. On Maple Street. On Maple Street. Trên đường Maple. Try the shop on the 7th Street. Try the shop on the 7th Street. Hãy thử đến cửa hàng trên đường số 7 xem sao. It's on the 3rd floor. It's on the 3rd floor. It's on the 3rd floor. Nó trên tầng 3. It was on the receptionist desk. It was on the receptionist desk. Nó đã được đặt ở trên bàn của tiếp tân. To a bit resort. To a bit resort. To a bit resort. Tại một khu nghỉ dưỡng trên bãi biển. To a warehouse. To a warehouse. To a warehouse. Đến một kho hàng. The dentist. To the dentist. To the dentist. Đến nha sĩ. To one of our clothes manufacturers. Một trong những cái nhà sản xuất hàng may mặc của chúng ta. From the fax machine. From the fax machine. Từ máy fax. From the new office supply store. From the new office supply store. Từ cửa hàng văn phòng mới. I received it from Mr. Father. I received it from Mr. Father. Tôi đã nhận nó từ ông Father. About 2 blocks from here. About 2 blocks from here. About 2 blocks from here. Cách đây khoảng 2 dãy nhà. It is about 5 minutes from the office. It is about 5 minutes from the office. Khoảng 5 phút từ văn phòng. It's next to the doors. It's next to the doors. It's next to the doors. Nó ở cạnh cửa ra vào. Next to the human resources office. Next to the human resources office. Next to the human resource office. Next to the human resources office. Ở cạnh phòng nhân sự. How about beside the main gate? How about beside the main gate? How about beside the main gate? Ở cạnh cổng chính thì như thế nào? Why don't you go across the street? Why don't you go across the street? Sao bạn không đi qua bên đường? It's across from City Hall. It's across from City Hall. It's across from City Hall. Nó nằm cạnh tòa nhà thị chính. In front of the bank. In front of the bank. In front of the bank. Ở trước ngân hàng. Outside of the building. Outside of the building. Bên ngoài tòa nhà. I think it's near the library. 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 Tôi nghĩ nó ở gần thư viện.